Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back to the channel. I am Birdman Johnson. Just that one, not any of the other many brother Birdmen here on this earth. We're playing Dwarf Fortress today here in Brightbell. I'm trying to get the garbage cleared out, so what I've done here is I have established a burrow that encompasses the garbage pile in the dump room. So far, all that's happened is everybody came in, took one piece of garbage, and then fell asleep under the smasher. So it's getting done, but I actually don't think this is tremendously worthwhile. Something I want to do, we are waiting for the glass block stockpiles to fill. Somebody will remove that. Hang on a sec. We have things that need to be reclaimed. Not that, not anything in that room. I think we have things that need to be reclaimed. Let's just do this real quick. It doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. So we're waiting for the glass block stockpile to refill so that we can continue building out this quadrant. In the meantime, somebody suggested this a few videos back, and I've been thinking about it for a while, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. We are going to establish work quarters for our glassmakers down here, and then burrow them, some of them, to force them to make glass continuously. Now, I want to do this a little carefully. So I think what we will do... we should just, like, establish, like, a barracks here. Maybe about that long, right? Green glass box. Put in some of those, and then we'll do a dining area here. Dining and food storage. Did I equalize that? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Nope. Okay. That's fine. There we go. Something like that. I don't know, man. This is a temporary measure. At least I hope it's just temporary. Green glass table. Oh. Green glass throne. 11. What else are we going to put in here? I don't know, man. It's fine. It's probably fine. Now we just need our many miners to get to work on that. Actually, now that we've discovered the overwhelming power of burrows, we are just going to assign all our miners to this until it's done. I hate doing this. This feels very gamey, but also I actually do want things to get done. You know, this is a long project, and I think we'll be abusing burrows more going forward. I've never really used them, but in this project in particular, where it's been a huge problem to get them to do things, it's been really effective. Okay, cool. We'll see how long that takes to take effect. How is everybody doing today? It is... The sun has come to Oregon. It is warming up and drying out here, and hopefully not too much, because we do need a lot more water in the ground before summer. Happy Star Wars Day, I guess. I think this is going up on May 4th. That's all we're going to say about it. I'm not doing any content for the day. I try to be very normal about things I'm a fan of. Some things are more of a struggle than others. Dwarf Fortress, for example. I don't think there are any casual Dwarf Fortress enjoyers. I think if you're into this, you're really into this. Nobody's like, oh yeah, I play Dwarf Fortress occasionally. No, if you're a Dwarf Fortress player, you are a Dwarf Fortress player. Look at that. We finally have another Monster Slayer visiting. We may have seen this guy before. You seem familiar. But I honestly don't know. Anyway, back to this. Okay, with the miners superficially entrapped here. Of course, they could leave anytime they wanted to, but now that we have them down here, this should happen within a reasonable time frame. Look at that, they're getting all kinds of stuff done. Just trying to keep our stocks of glass furniture up. Is there a Star Wars mod for Dwarf Fortress? Huh. Would anybody even be interested in seeing that if such a thing exists? I've got some Star Wars mods for Prison Architect. They, you know, kind of work. As well as anything works in Prison Architect. Some migrants have arrived, which puts us at, let's see, we're currently at 159. Okay, so they count as soon as they enter the map. 60, that's an animal, P-chick, and it's a pet, so we can't butcher it. What are you? Donkey fool. We'll eat that. 61. We do need some more guys so that I can send out another trash squad. 62. Is this more interesting than watching the miners dig? 63. I'm actually watching for animals. Is what I care about here. 64. I'm trying to get them as they come onto the map, so that they don't starve to death later by surprise. 65. Yes, yes. 66. We may have to raise the population limit when we're finally ready to receive the monarch. What are you? Stray goat kid. Tame. Eat. You will make a lovely meal. Wait a minute. We have an awful lot of drink, and not as much food as I would like. It's mostly dwarven wine. Go figure. Okay, well, all of our plants here are for the eating of, or for the drinking of. So we could use some more meat. What do we have to? 67. 8. I think once we get to 180, I'll send out another squad. 9. Oh, great. We're doing the Warmstone thing again. Pet goose. Geese are not a problem. Our geese have departed. It is the nesting season. Reindeer calf. Eat. Nobody tell my wife. Is that 8? That's 70. 71. How many do we get? 72. Okay. How are we doing down here? Just keep... Dig, man, dig! Don't worry about the lava. Magma? 73. 74. How's the stockpile doing? Good. The stockpile's doing really well, actually. We're about halfway there. 75. What was that? Warm stone? No, I don't believe I care. Continue digging. Anybody remember Lords of the Realm 2 specifically? Specifically the second one? A soundbite that is stuck in my head is when you're doing a siege battle and you tell one of the units, I want to say it was the Macemen, maybe they all had the same sound file, to start filling in the moat and go, "Let's get digging!" I think about that all the time. Anytime I pick up a shovel, I hear that in my head. It's a little breezy. My neighbor's wind chimes are going crazy. You might be able to hear that. Can you hear that? Maybe very faintly. Great, kind of micromanage the stone. How are we doing here? Sorry, what was that? Goblin Bar Doomed Butcher? You want to run that by me again? Hair's maroon, skin is green. He's not healthy, is the point there. Okay, so you're some kind of intelligent undead. I got my eye on you, buddy. I'll kill you. Don't steal from us. The viewers know I will chase down wild animals who steal artifacts. I will go in adventure mode and hunt you down and massacre your family. Nothing personnel, kid. Okay, so this is working excellently. And there's actually no danger here because all the magma's down here. Look at it. It's beautiful. Do we even have any magma monsters here right now? I don't see any. Just them Crundles. I am tempted to use DF hack to exterminate the Crundles. Hey, wait, there are elves here. I think we already traded with them. Yes. I'm going to make sure. I don't remember what we traded for, because it's been a minute since I actually recorded. We're doing good. Well, we might not get any new glass laid down this time, but we will be productive. In fact, let's start getting beds put in. Okay, these are nice beds, which is fine, I guess. Some green glass boxes. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but it will at least make them less angry about having to sleep in this dormitory. Of course, the guys at either end are the lucky ones. Personally, I think that the ones whose beds are going to be back here in the corner are the lucky ones, because I like having a wall against which my back can be put against. But that's just me. There we go, we're finally killing the animals. We're up to 186, almost where I want to be. No, wait, that is where I want to be. Okay, give me a minute here. We'll finish doing this. Nope. And then we'll send those squads out. Oh, how are we doing on beds, by the way? Or on wood. We got enough wood for this. That's what counts. See, I want to do bigger and more ridiculous projects even than this. The problem is that even just doing this is really cumbersome. Like, I don't want to do anything that requires a really fine manipulation of the game engine. Like, I remember once seeing a megastructure. Guy was talking about building like an obsidian capsule to contain the entire fort and then dropping it into the magma sea. And having, you know, a floating fortress on the magma sea, and that sounds awesome. I cannot be bothered. Yes, green glass goblets. We have already traded with the elves. Good. That's where, well, I guess that's where all these plants came from. Yeah, so I'd love to cast a free-floating obsidian arcology, but boy, I just don't think I want to. I do have a project I want to do. I forget the name of it. There was an asylum in the Soviet Union that had a very interesting design. It was elevated, because they built it in a city. But part of the design philosophy was that, one, the asylum shouldn't interfere with the town too much, and two, the asylum should have an unobstructed view of, I think it was the woods and the coast. It was, I'm pretty sure it was located at the beach. And so it's elevated. It looks kind of like a mushroom, but filled with asylum patients. And it had a very interesting floor plan, and I think that would make a fun project. But again, that's an above-ground megastructure. I suppose I could invert it, but then it wouldn't have the benefit of looking out over things. I don't know. Maybe I just need to pick a different game to try these projects in. But this is the best one. Honestly, this is a top 10 game for me. Just out of all games anywhere, Dwarf Fortress, in the top 10, solidly. I'm not prepared to rank things more finely than that. Like, I don't think I am prepared to say best game I've ever played. Actually, I guess there's no reason we can't lay in the boxes now. Where did they go? Where did you take them? Okay, am I blind? They're hidden in the list somewhere. There they are. Must they move around like this? Why can't they just be like the building materials and sort the one I used most recently to the top? I assume this is a problem that's corrected in the Steam version, which means it is a quality of life improvement we will not be experiencing. Okay, why? I don't care anymore. Okay, yeah, so this is going really well. Thanks to trapping the miners. See, just goes to show you, Walmart had the right idea. If they don't want to work, just lock them in the building. They won't have anything else to do. What are they going to do? Break out? Cause damage to company property? I think not. What kind of wage slave kicks down a glass door to escape from work? Of course, what kind of horrendous monster thinks it's a good idea to lock people in their workplace in the first place? You remember the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire? You were all there for that? If you don't know about the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire, look that up. Pretty terrible stuff. The short version is a bunch of people got locked in a factory so that they wouldn't try to leave work, and then a fire started. And the inevitable ensued. So, you know, don't do that. Just kind of resist the urge. Now, as far as the dwarves are concerned, I can do whatever I want because they're not real people. By which I mean that they are a computer simulation and not the dwarves are not people. That is not what I am saying. Okay, so it seems like I am actually just blind. There. This is annoying and tedious. Why is this list not searchable? Again, assuming that problem is fixed in the Steam version. Dear goodness, okay. Anyway, we're actually getting somewhere here. What's going on up here? I guess while we wait for that to finish, we can... What do you mean, no job? Oh, we probably don't have enough picks for everybody. Well, that sounds like a labor problem, not a management problem. Have you considered bringing your own tools from home, dwarves? Actually, do we have ore? Well, do we have metal? We have some tetrahedrite ore. Right, but I don't want to use our wood to make charcoal just now. Again, once we're done with this, we'll move. We'll open up some. Once we get a little further along in the construction, we'll convert some of these into regular smelters rather than glass furnaces. Can one smelt glass? That doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. Glass ore? Actually, I guess you could have an ore of glass. What contains obsidian, for example? I don't know, man. I'm not a geologist. I took some geology classes as requirements for my anthropology degree, but I am not a geologist. Although I will say, I might have mentioned this before, my time playing Dwarf Fortress did actually help me with my geology classes. Believe it or not. Tetrahedrite? Why, that's an ore of copper. Wow, why did you already know that? No reason. Okay. Yeah, we'll do custom stockpiles here. We'll do a little food, block all, prepared food here. And drinks here. Yeah, I'm enabling mead. I know that's optimistic. Now, they will be provided no personal space in their eating quarters because they're not supposed to be eating, they're supposed to be working. More beds, please. Or at least one in the back corner here so that I can designate this as a dormitory. That's really all we need. Any more boxes in a convenient place? Oh, right at the top, right at the top. Thank you. Nope, nope, it's over. The good times are over. This is so annoying. And if it's annoying for me to do, it's probably annoying for you to watch. Although I don't know about that. Historically, not just my viewers, but viewers of YouTubers in general seem to enjoy watching them suffer. So I'm assuming you're okay with this. Plus, I know a lot of you just have me on in the background while you're doing something else, and so what I'm doing doesn't actually matter so much as the fact that I am doing a thing and speaking to you in a conversational tone while I do it. We should put some doors on these. Oh man, I should make the elves take that oaken door. That would be funny. Okay. We got a dining room. Meeting hall, I guess. And this is a dormitory. Alright. We have the basic quarters set up. We need to remove the miners from here. Okay, we'll remove the miners first. And then we'll come back through and we'll assign every one of our glassmakers to this area. And if food doesn't get delivered to them, that will be a problem. But I assume food will be delivered. At the very least, they won't go thirsty because we got tons of drinks. Okay, glassmakers. Oh, I can search. I can search. Was not paying attention. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. How do I... Oh, I can't rename it. That's fine. That's fine. It's Burrow 16. That's all we need to know. Alright, I bet that's going to take a minute to start working. So, while we are doing that, you know what we should do here, now that we have all the buildings removed, is establish a corpse stockpile here. Like a 5x5 and a refuse stockpile here. There we go. And then whenever I really, really want the trash dealt with, I will just assign a dozen dwarves to that and force them to do it. That is what will happen. And the dump is still in place. Yes, very good. I suppose those don't need to be like that. Okay. Let's do some squatting. So these are our fixed. So we're looking for dwarves who are not already in squads, who have professions we don't need. That's who we're going to prioritize. Like soap makers. We don't need soap makers. We don't use soap. We're going to try to do this with 3 squads. Actually, I guess I don't care as long as they're not already in a squad. Oops. I'm assuming that some portion of these are children. Doesn't really matter to me. Do we have any... one? No, because everybody who's been here for a while... Yeah, see, we actually need our Gelder. Everyone who's been here for a little while does things we need at this point. but this is fine. Okay. So, we're going to pick our target now. I know I already picked one, but I don't remember what it was, so we're going to examine our options again. Fell Seduces is a promising target. Fell Sports is promising. Apes Evils is the one that we already took. Well, Demon Ticks is a population of under 10, so we're going to raid them first. We're going to send out all 5 of our existing squads, okay? And just see what happens. That's going to pull some glassmakers away. I'm not that worried about it. And this would probably actually be a really good time for a cut. So that's what we're going to do. All right, they're back. You can see the stockpile is a little more filled than it was. Let's check the report. All I'm interested in is how many of them died. They killed 2 and suffered no casualties. They stole a bunch of garbage. Actually, some of this is weapons and armor that we can use, so good job, team. I'm proud of you. Now then, without waiting for the squads to roll back in, that felt pretty good. So we are going to demand surrender and occupy. And here go our 3 squads. Out you get. Go on. This, I think this is working. It appears to be working. All the glassmakers are definitely down here. They're mostly just congregating here in the food stockpile, which has no food in it, but plenty of booze. So that's, you know, that's fine. We are gradually getting beds put in. Actually, I think that's good. Okay. We have the beds. Wonderful. I am reasonably pleased with this. I think actually the problem at this point is that we don't have enough sand. No, we're dumping items. We're actually dumping things. That's incredible. Huh. Alright, cool. On that note, actually, let's do this again. Because I am... What? There we go. Because I am certain we've gotten some more tattered clothes in the meantime. I had a thought. Speaking of our Jaguar, it would be very cool if at some point we were able to establish a ceremonial guard for the fort, probably right here, the Fortress Guard or Palace Guard, Royal Guard, whatever it is they're called, with bone armor and obsidian weapons. I think that would be extremely cool. And even cooler would be if we could get the bone and leather from jaguars. Jaguars or like crocodiles or eagles. Something like that. That would be very cool. But we'll take what we can get. If everybody ends up wearing gray langur skulls on their heads, you know what? That's fine too. Anyway, I think this is going to work. So right now, we're just going to wait to see what happens with our conquest. Which fortunately isn't going to take that long. After a polite discussion with local rivals, Eurostink Throws has claimed the position of administrator of the Arrow of Flyers. The settlement is ours. Demon Ticks. I like how they phrase that. After a polite discussion with local rivals. Hey, listen guys. This ain't your town now. This is not as full as I would have liked it to be by the time we came back, but that's fine. This is proceeding. We've got enough blocks that we can start with the next thing. So let's figure out how we want to do this. I want to put in some regular bedrooms over here. Some 5x5s. So why don't we start by doing that? Where am I going to put these? Is the question. Let's start over here. We'll just kind of lay out some here. just to sort of give me an idea. Okay, this can be open for now. This is fine. The doors are in the middle, right? Wow, nope, they're on the edge. Okay, so actually... Why am I doing it this way? You know what? Stop asking questions. I don't think we're going to worry too much about the actual layout here. We're just going to slap some of these down. Let them build those. We'll get started. That's another 6. I think we have 42 over here. 10, 20, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42. Yep, okay. So this will give us 48. We'll put in at least another half dozen. Something like this. Just give us some clear walkways. We need to put in some hotel rooms. This is going to remain our only tavern, I think. Because I feel like when we have multiple taverns, all that does is spread out the loiterers. Come on, work faster. You want to eat, you work. Of course, I am tying up a huge portion of our labor force by doing this. What's our next target going to be? What is weak? Oh, fell sports. There we go. They got about 20 now, as I recall. A significant percentage of those 20 are trolls. So that could be a problem. All right. Anyway, we got to get these rooms built. Okay, the bedrooms are done. That gives us 54. Now then, we've got enough blocks to keep moving for a little bit. I don't know if the relocated dump piles are helping us right now. People are doing things. People are definitely collecting sand and making blocks, so that continues. These guys are spending a lot of time standing around doing nothing, because I think we have too many glass workers assigned to this, but I don't care. They can stay there. Oh, did we get food down here? Nope, that's wine. We are just boozing them. We are not feeding them for some reason. It's fine. When they starve, I'll release them. Now then, we need some rooms to accommodate our esteemed guests. And they won't be 5 by 5. That's for real residents. So let's see what happens if I do like a 3 by 3 here. Do I like that? I think I like that. This feels pretty good. What if I just do like this? Okay. You know, I actually don't know if the visitors require decent quarters or if they're just happy to get anything. I don't know. No, stop it. There. Great, okay. We are going to need more beds. We still have logs. We have a tower cap bed. I don't remember trading for tower cap, but apparently we did at some point. We'll put in some more on the other side here. We'll do like 2 sets of these. I think a dozen guest rooms should do us for the time being. Ooh, you know what? Over here, since this is where the visitors are going to be, would be a great place to put the kill room. Of course there's going to be a kill room. Oh man, look at all that thread. Thread and cloth? Thread and cloth. Just cloth, actually. There is some thread in there. Okay. I suppose we could make some more clothes at some point. I mean, we're not currently making any clothing, and we do have cloth stocks. What do we have a lot of? Silk? We got a lot of silk. You all like watching me do this, right? Silk socks. Silk shoes, would I assume are just like bags that they put on their feet? You know, if the dwarves like it, I like it, okay? Of course, the dwarves will eat a bumblebee brain casserole and not think twice about it. So maybe the dwarves aren't the best test of what I should be doing at any given moment. What's happening over here? Apparently, we need more clothing storage? No, we don't. They're just not hauling. Okay. Whatever you want to do, dwarves. Excuse me. What are you? What are you? You're a bone carver. Okay, that's fine. I thought you were an escaped glassmaker. That would be unacceptable. Are they trying to do anything? They're not. They're just kind of hanging around because there isn't enough sand. Because every time sand gets delivered, they all mob the workstation. This is probably going to make them unhappy. Although right now, everyone is at maximum happiness, except 2 people. Who are those 2 people? Who are these citizens? What, the woodcutter, Locum Temptwheel, is taking work from the glassmakers. That's actually kind of hilarious. Very well. Can we get rid of the dead vulture? Please. Please. Whatever these are, can these go away too? These vulture head and right wing? You know, the art guys have been quiet for a while. So I guess it figures that they would spin up during my recording session. The Axe Dwarf cattle... Oh, that's just one of our guys. Yeah, what? Where have you been going exactly? It's fine. Is that a bin? That's a bin! With, oh, a bunch of musical instruments in it. I guess that's fine. Okay. Huh. Alright. Nobody's using them, of course. Oh, Cattle's drunk. Oh, here's that undead goblin, who so far doesn't seem to have done a crime. But that doesn't mean it won't. Goblins do enjoy crime. And they like to steal our artifacts. And then, they have to hunt them down and get the artifact back. And that, my friends, is quite tedious. But this one appears to be behaving. Doomed Butcher does not fill me with confidence. But that's fine. Can we get the guest rooms finished, please? Okay, there we go. Thank you. That took way too long. I also put in what will be some prison cells over here next to the mayor's quarters, which I'm now realizing I forgot to furnish. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. However, more importantly, we have something very interesting here in the fort. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Roth Beardspoil, the commander, who appears to be a lizard man? There's a Lizardman commander here in the fort, just socializing with this elven poet, Tippy Flaxbold. I don't know what to do. I've never seen this before, gamers. I didn't even know this was an option. I am elated to see this. I am overjoyed. This is fantastic. Also, I need to remember that I don't actually need to construct new beds. We have plenty of beds. We're just going to start breaking these down as we construct more bedrooms. Okay. I'm going to have to... Okay. Get him there. Roth Rezmivuka. Roth Beard Spoil. Get that in the footage so I can look him up in World Viewer, whatever. What's the thing called? What's it called? Legends Viewer. So I can look him up in Legends Viewer later. Because we're going to do that. Alright. Office time. Table. I want filing cabinets over here. Because I want statues kind of all over the place. Yeah. That'll be cool. By the way, next time we get some traders, all the unnecessary chests are going away. I don't. Yeah, a couple of green glass chests. White. Oh, actually, no. That's silly. That's silly. Armor stand. Weapon rack. Yeah, go ahead and put the legendary one there. That'll work. That's probably good, right? What does the mayor actually want? Everything that we're giving him. Okay. Beds. Mayor gets a couple of beds with a couple of chests. Mayor gets a couple more cabinets. Mayor gets another armor stand and a weapon rack. And that's probably good, actually. And then the dining room. Question, is the mayor married? Yes, okay. Then, I mean, whatever, honestly. Like, make sure we get a statue in there, I guess. And a couple of cabinets for holding things. And why not another statue? It's a little ugly, but I don't care. This'll work fine. Oh, you know what, actually? We need more mechanisms. Just like 20 should be fine. Put some cage traps outside these cells. I have yet to see a prisoner successfully escape from a cell, but I'm not going to rule it out. And also, it's a little bit of role-playing. Why are there... Why are those there? Here. There. Fantastic. That'll make somebody happy at some point if we ever use these. If we get a bunch more wood from traders at some point, I'll make a bunch of charcoal. And we can sort of get a metalworking industry going. Okay. I have confined some dwarves down here to clean up the garbage, and now that they have no choice, they are doing it. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. Amazing. These could stand to be not here. Tell you what. Well, hold it. Yeah, there is nothing in here. Just disable that for right now. There is nothing in there that we need to eat. So let's get all those moved outside. We're going to undump these so that they do get moved. And then once they're out here, the captives, sorry, the assigned laborers will move them into the dump. It is perfect. It is a flawless system. There we go. We are getting the mayor's quarters laid out. That will probably be the last thing we do today, assuming nobody wants to attack us. Actually, we are coming up on closing time. So as we wait for the dwarves to dump garbage and furnish the mayor's office, I want to thank you once again for joining me. Thanks for watching, viewers. Thanks, in fact, to those of you who are subscribed to the channel, in particular to those of you who are not yet subscribed to the channel, and most especially to those of you watching this without ever intending to subscribe to the channel at any point, because you count too. Every view counts. I'm really not concerned with whether or not you're subscribed, as long as you're getting something out of this content. We will be back here next week with some more Dwarf Fortress. We're going to try to get the rest of this quadrant filled out so that we can start roofing this one. It'll be exciting. We have horror content every Saturday, lots of stuff on the channel that you can check out if you want. As always, folks, let me know if there's anything you want to see on this channel or anything you want me to see on your channel. We'll watch here, we'll stare at this lizard folk commander speaking to this human, and this guy, by the way, is a human swordsman necromancer. And as we stare at our visitors, enjoying themselves in the tavern, I will catch you folks next time, and until then, Birdman out.